Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to Guns N' Roses. This is an audio-only analysis featuring the song Welcome to the Jungle. I did find a couple of noteworthy live performances, but they looked pretty intense, and so I thought it best to just stick with the studio version today so that we can really hone in on the vocals. So, here we go. Okay. Yeah, there might be a lot of stopping and starting. I've heard this song before. I can't count the number of times in movies, on the radio, etc. So it's not new to me, but I've said this before. I take for granted a lot of songs that I've just heard many times because they're cool. It's a great melody, a fun lyric. I don't know. So I didn't really pay attention to the actual vocals and really tuned into what I was hearing. So that's what we're gonna do today. Even this intro, I like it's almost like the layering that they did so that it feels kind of like they've created an ambiance at the very onset. Let me just play it again. Collect my words. It's almost like an echo or like it's fading. So spatially, it just feels really vast. I genuinely can't tell what that sound is. At first I thought, oh, it must be that sort of siren sound. At first I thought it was vocals, and then I thought maybe it's an actual guitar or something else. You guys will have to let me know. This is the one disadvantage to not watching a live performance, is I can't tell who's doing what. I love the build. What a great intro. It doesn't, at least for me, it doesn't have like a really signature theme that I would easily recognize, but it's so, I don't know. It has something that's so satisfying. It's like enticing you to go along on this journey. So I would tune into it even if I didn't recognize it.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find.
I love how quickly he descends into something that's mid-range lower, because we hear so much texture at the beginning of this, and that's part of his signature sound, I feel. I could be wrong, but from what I've heard from Guns N' Roses, I think that Axl Rose. I think this is like that edginess, that bite, that grit rasp, however you want to describe it, is part of his signature sound. When he descends, we hear a little bit more clarity, similar to what we might hear in his speaking range. When you are in a place in your voice that's higher and incorporates more CT engagement, so we have to stretch and thin the chords in order to get higher pitches, the chords thin and naturally separate, so it's easier for a lot of singers to get more texture as they go higher. Actually, I should say it is easier as they go higher, and sometimes at the very bottom of a singer's range it's also easy, but that mid to low sort of comfy speaking range is where we can incorporate texture, but it doesn't come as easily, or maybe not as naturally, because it's so comfortable to just have full adduction in that part of our range. So hearing that elimination of texture really quickly, I thought was cool in this particular piece.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease. The jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Watch it bring you to your knees. I wanna watch you bleed. Welcome.
Rearticulating consonants is such a great tool for eliminating, or at least recognizing, tongue tension. I can't speak today. I say recognizing because sometimes it takes a lot of practice to get the dexterity that would help a singer eliminate that tension, but ends, obviously, the forward part of your tongue, and then if you think something more like a G, like a hard G, or a K, K, G, rearticulating that helps to loosen and relax the root of the tongue as well. So you can also go back and forth between something that's more forward and then something that sits further back. N is one example, but you can also do like T's and D's and other forward consonants as well. So it's cool to hear him do that. I mean, it takes skill and a lot of dexterity to make sure you have enough relaxation in the tongue to not grab onto every consonant sound.
To the jungle, we take it day by day. If you want to jump, gonna bleed much. The price you pay, and you're a very sexy girl. It's very hard to please. You can taste the bright lights, but you won't get them for free. In the jungle.
That lower section sounded even more spoken to me than the first did. I don't know. I imagine as you get further into a song, you just get really comfy. It's easier to improvise with your vocal production. Not imagine. I know it's easier to improvise with your vocal production. So it was a cool choice, I think, in the studio for him to lay off the vibrations as much this second time around.
You can taste the bright lights, but you won't get them for free. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Feel my serpentine. I wanna hear you scream.
I don't know if I'm going to hear that again. The harmonies that we're hearing in the guitar, I really like.
Welcome to the jungle.
Can you imagine being in the studio and like hearing all of these ad libs, and then he just goes straight into the chorus again? Or maybe it was a verse. I don't know, but yeah, verse. To just turn it on so quickly to get back into... not that he has to set up to sing, but even just mentally to go straight into singing when it felt so improvisatory before.
Works here every day. You learn to live like an animal in the jungle where we play.
I didn't comment on the way he pronounced animal or the way he delivered it, but adding even more texture on that particular note, getting it almost like a growl, kind of resembles text painting and word painting if you think about how some of us might interpret the word animal. Now, this is so interesting to me, to have such a complete shift in just the overall feel of the song. This feels so much more casual, a very different kind of rock. It's very laid back compared to the intensity in that first section. I love how they doubled there with the guitar and the vocals. I kind of just got sucked into the texture of his voice again. It's not overwhelming by any means. It just kind of simmers there. And I love that because I'm still able to hear the actual melody, the actual tone. I feel like he can do a lot and incorporate a lot of variety, but it's always got this slight edginess because of that texture. Now there, again, to me, it sounds like pretty firm adduction, which I think is nice that he eliminated texture here in order to better blend with the guitar. That descending pattern there, it's such it has like that groovy, very laid back rock feel, just with that like stepwise motion. I think I missed it, or maybe I Is that a cowbell? I love a good cowbell. I don't know what that was. No, I don't. I feel like I'm just all over the place. This, let me play it again because the layering literally took me to so many different places. Hold on, even further. So I love these almost psychedelic sounds over the bass. And then the way they layered the other guitars.
You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. In the jungle.
That was such a satisfying sigh because he descended before ascending.
You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
I can't believe I'm about to make this statement, but this song is not as intense as I originally thought. And I think part of that is I am just so used to hearing a verse and a chorus, and that's all I had in my mind. And I never realized the development that happens midway through this song and that musical interlude. And wow, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like I know songs and then I realize I don't, because there's just so much more that happens here outside of that intense, gritty, raspy sound that I associate with the song title. Like when I hear someone say this song title, that's about all I ever thought. And now I know there's so much more. Yeah. I'm slowly like trying to go through the catalog or their catalog to remember other songs and just think if I'm missing out on something with those pieces as well. So I imagine we'll be revisiting Guns N' Roses. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me. And hopefully I will see you next time.